Alright y'all, so in my previous video I showed y'all how to put the hog panels onto your frame and where to wire it in order to get your nice structure. Because of daylight, we already have one side hung up, but I am going to show you how to put on the other side and how to do the 16-foot big blanket over the top. The sides are easy to put on. They're almost exactly the same, you just attach it a little differently. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to line up your flat end to the flat end, and you're going to want to put one black corner into one corner, and then you want to get the other black corner and stick it to the other one. And then from there, you're going to look at your line, you're going to get the line, and you're going to come and lift it, and then you're going to clip it with the hog ring. So you're going to come and hog ring it. And then you're going to grab that black and the straw, and you're going to bend it over that wire. You're going to put it around, clamp it, and boom, you have it. And then you're going to go around and you're going to hit this spot, and this spot. And then once you're hitting those spots, you're going to come and you're going to go tighter and more around. Okay, so now that you have just a few staples kind of in it to hold its circle, now this is where you come in. You're going to start grabbing all the little pieces and you're going to pull it tight. So it's essential that you get your whole circle kind of clamped loosely, and now you're going to come in and you're going to clamp tighter. Specifically on these lines, we sewed in this thread that's going to hold your hay from shifting down when you pull it tight. So you're going to want to grab right where the thread comes, and you're going to pull as tight as you can.
Sorry.
You're going to pull as tight as you can, and then you're going to clamp. What this does is this line is going to pull tight while this is looser, and it's not going to be able to let it fall down. So then you're going to come and you're going to clamp. We typically, just so you keep it tight, which means it's going to last longer, we typically clamp from probably every 4 inches. You're just going to go all the way down. It's up to you kind of how you want to do it, but that's how we like to do it.
Hog rings are cheap.
Hog rings are cheap. You can use a whole box on it. All right, now that you have your two sides up, you're going to want to put your hinges on these support beams. So you can either use wire or zip ties. We typically like to use wire just because it's easier to poke through, kind of like this. Once you poke it through, you can just twist it tight, bend it over, and it's done. Zip ties, you usually have to use an X-Acto knife to punch it through one side and punch it through the other, and then you can feed your zip tie through it. It's whatever you prefer, it's whatever you have. We typically do, this one isn't fully done, but we typically do about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the up and down, and then you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, do as however many you like. We just typically go to those numbers. The next thing is you have your door right here. It just opens like this, and this is why you do that, because you now have a hinge that holds the door tight, and you have your hinges. All right, and then on this door, it's basically the same thing as when you're clamping it around the other side, but at this top hinge, once you get to the door, which starts right here, you're going to clamp your hay onto the door rather than right here. So it's the same thing, but once you get to the door, start clamping down the door. Yours should most likely look better than this. This is just our demo. And then once you're done, you just simply, you come around over here. You pull your door like this, and now it's in the hinge. You pull your door like that, and now it's out. All right, so now we're gonna pull over that long blanket over the top, the 16-footer. This blind is our demo blind, so we already had a window cut out, but yours is just gonna be one long blanket, but you're gonna do the same thing. Just gonna get your long blanket. Gonna get it over the top. All right, and now that you have it pulled over, you're gonna start looking at the differences in height. All right, so this part's very important. You're going to want to look at your bottom cell. We call it a cell. And in order to keep it really tight, you're going to pull as hard as you can, and so here's that rod, you're gonna wanna clamp right under the rod. All right, and what this does is if your blanket is going to want to pull up, it can't because it's caught on that notch. It's never going to be able to pull up, which is going to keep this very tight. The tighter it is, it means that, hey, it has less looseness to sift down. So this is going to make your blanket last longer. Okay, so now that you've done that to all four corners, making it the tightest that it can be, now you're going to want to go around and clamp. This part, in order to get seamless lines, less black, you're going to want to grab that 16 foot, and wherever you have an opportunity to grab this circle, you're going to push the circle in and overlap that 16 foot over it, and then you're just going to clamp this one. So now you have really tight lines. It's almost a seal, and you're going to do the same distance, 4 inches, all the way around until it is sturdy. You're not going to really see lines, and you can fidget with it too. If you see some black that you don't like, tuck it in, pull another one over, clamp. However many you'd like. All right, so now that you have all of your blankets strapped in tight, now you're going to move on to the windows. So we already cut a window out. All you need for that is an X-Acto knife, and you're just going to cut. It can be some really ugly lines. That's okay because we're going to fix it with some hog ring pliers. So now that you have the hole and you're just left with loose hay, this one you're going to want to clamp a little closer to each other. So you're going to come up and you're going to clamp, and instead of every 4 inches, you might want to do it just a little tighter because you've got loose hay just being able to fall out, nothing to hold it in. So you're just going to clamp all the way around, and you're going to get a tight line. And lastly, then you have your window. So your window is supposed to go in like this. So in order to make sure you do it right, just flip it down manually, and then you're going to have your 2 zip ties. So now you're just going to get that zip tie, you're going to weave it through, and then you're going to weave it through one of these. You have a little bit of space between your hog panel and your hay, and you're going to want to push it through that pole, and then you're going to put it through this one, and then you're going to zip tie it, and you're going to do that 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there you go, you have your hinges. Okay, so your last step is now just inserting a little bungee ball. So you just have this, and it's going to go around that first pole, and you're going to have your window in, and all you're going to do is you're going to put it through your window. And then now your window is going to be sitting with your hinges. So when you don't want critters going in it, you just put up your windows. All right, so that's how you put together your Haybale blind. If you have any questions, feel free to just send me an email at wdippel@icloud.com. That's WDIPPEL@icloud.com. Thank you.